Okay, time for an update. 86 Mazda Rx7 is coming along. Old engine, transmission has been taken out. 383. So far, I have put new lower control arm bushings in, new polyurethane here and here. Also redone the sway bar end lengths. What else have I done? I've taken the cradle out to reveal rust I'm gonna have to fix. I haven't decided whether or not what I'm gonna do with the rear end yet. Taking it out completely. It's hanging here off the engine crane. I did clean it up and see what happens with whether or not I'm going to keep this setup or not. So far, I haven't decided. I don't know. This is the Turbo 2 rear end, but it's still not strong enough for what's going to be power plant wise in the car. So I'm probably going to have to change it. Well, that's not working. There we go. Just gotta push it a little harder. Imagine that, it worked. Now I can get started on showing you exactly where the mount goes. Okay, for those of you that don't know, on 86 to 91 Mazda Rx7, there's a mount that goes on the differential. It bolts in 3 bolts here on the differential and is located by 2 more up here on the side where it mounts to the subframe itself. This piece breaks consistently, and that's what we're repairing today. Okay, this is the cause of the second generation rear differential knock that people get all the time. Some people notice under hard acceleration on their cars. What happens is this is the mount for the differential on the very front of it, where the pinion would hook to your drive shaft. What happens is these bolts are bolted to the front snout, and this counterweight hangs forward, kind of like actually it's more like this. This part faces forward of the car, and what happens is this rips. This mount is a year old. Of course, this says that this is from a 20 couple year old driver thrashing it like he owned it, driving it like he stole it. But this happens all the time, so what I am going to do, rather than purchase one, I saw some other guys on the internet were actually taking these and welding a strap of metal from this side to this side, and then plating it, boxing it in. I'm going to try that and see what happens. Maybe I'll get a little bit of time out of it and be able to drive it around a little bit once I get the 5.3 in it. But I'm going to try that, go that route first, and we're going to do that today. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to take the clamp here. I'm going to clamp the two pieces of this mount together in the right place so I know the location that needs to be, so when I weld these plates on here that everything stays. And the rest of them. I went to Tractor Supply and I bought a 4-foot piece of 1/4 inch hot rolled steel, and I got a small 5/16 rod as well to use as filler material in case I got a huge gap or anything like that. So I'm just going to lay this out by hand. I'm going to lay this piece on here to see how long this piece needs to be. And just approximate where I need to cut it. Right about there. And we'll it'll help if I tighten the vise up. I'm not a welder by any means, but it turned out fairly nice. Strap here, still hot. Strap there. I don't know why this camera won't. Strap here. There is nothing on this side. Not yet anyway. Right in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might run a piece of rod through here and tack it down in here. But there's that for now. Like I said, all I did was cut them off and just tack them into place with the welder, and that's going to be my fix for now. So we'll slap it on here in a little bit. Alright, here's the welded up mount in place. Now you can see where it actually fits down in here. Basically just those two studs fit here, and then there are 3 bolts that go into the front of the differential housing. So I'm going to bolt it up here and see what happens. Really, this is the only way to do this. This is a major pain in the butt to do in the car, but I was taking it out anyway to replace the bushings, just in case. I end up keeping it. I guarantee you I will break it again. So that's the location and how it goes in there, and it looks like it's going to work just fine. So, alright, that's going to be it for the day. Cutting it close, it's getting kind of late in the afternoon. Tomorrow I'll be back out here again. Hopefully my bushings will get here. They never got here today. If so, we'll do that tomorrow. If not, we'll work on taking the bushings out of the rear subframe and getting it cleaned up and ready for rust converter paint, and then regular paint over top of that. So thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.